Huh? Huh? Yeah. I'm here. Package on my desk? There's no package on my desk. Huh. Well, that's a normal thing to have happen. Oh, yes! It's like Rambo.
But hotter.
It's everything I've always dreamed.
You can see her sports bra.
Is she a workout lady?
There's a lion.
Why is she so beautiful?
I think she has elf pants on and, like, super boots.
Where do I get those boots?
Well, snap out of it. Snap out of it.
Huh?
Snap out of it!
What?
It's like that thing from Ghostbusters 2. It's dangerous.
Yeah. Danger. Hello? Hello? Huh. She's like an angel from heaven. She can't be, she could be, she is. I have to prepare for her coming, but first, I gotta take a whiz. Jeez, must be a storm outside. Nothing there. It's all in my mind. That's the way to go. There's nothing there. Everything's fine. I'm just gonna wash my hands. Just wash your hands. It's fine. Look, there's soap. Everything's clean. Look, I can see everything now. It's time to wash. I've made a terrible mistake. Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Just keep it together. Okay.
What's this?
She's so beautiful. She's So I had never heard of Ghost Lion. Based on what we've all just seen, I was probably better off having never heard of Ghost Lion. But here's what happened. A couple months ago, we got a package from our good friend Mary from Westbrook, Maine. And, well, hey, I'll be honest, there was other stuff in that package, but I have no idea what it was. I didn't even notice it was there, because all I saw when I opened that box was that poster. See that? That's not a lie. That was my actual reaction when I first laid eyes on the splendor and majesty of Ghost Lion. And hey, did I know what it was? No, not a fucking clue. The better question is, did I care? No, I didn't. Because when you see something like that, you don't ask questions. You just go with your instincts. And if you have the right instincts, your instincts are to play the goddamn game. If your instincts also involved arranging candles with the planetary alignment and reading the instruction manual backwards, hey, never question instinct and never question Ghost Lion for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Hey, speaking of the instructions, they offer unto you the legend of the Ghost Lion, which is where the plot thickens, because it turns out the chick on the cover, you know, the hot one who looks like a 1980s workout lady, only with a sword and a pet fucking lion, well, her name's Maria, and her parents have gone missing. And I know what you're thinking, but listen, I mean, in this day and age, like, with this economy, I mean, could Maria be a college grad who can't find a job and just so she still lives with her parents? Yes, absolutely, and I'll continue to think that regardless. Because otherwise, she's like 7 years old, and that's weird because she's also like got a 7 out of 10 rack, which is a solid score, so I'm all conflicted inside, which is the entire purpose of Ghost Lion. You know how I know that? Because the legend of the Ghost Lion ends with this. You must courageously guide Maria on her journey of discovery. And that sounds like the plot of a porno. So Ghost Lion only exists to confuse you, and the theme continues when you're finally comfortable enough to turn it on and give it a peek. Phrasing, because of all the things you might reasonably expect Ghost Lion to be, based on the lion and the sports bra and Jane Fonda, it's actually the thing you'd least expect it to be. It's a turn-based RPG. If you expected that, raise your hand. Go ahead, raise your hand, so we can all see who the goddamn liars are. So, if you're familiar with RPGs, especially NES RPGs, Dragon Warrior in particular, you'll be pretty comfortable with Ghost Lion. Or as comfortable as Ghost Lion allows you to be. Is actually a pretty standard RPG in terms of its design. You start off at a fairy fountain, you walk on the overworld map, monsters randomly attack you, and you take turns stabbing each other. One wonders if the monsters are as conflicted about Maria as the rest of us. Nonetheless, Maria's weapons are also magical, which is a unique and interesting twist you rarely see in RPGs. They can summon spirits that fight alongside her, spirits that are and are not helpful. Much like the cover of the game. Doesn't help you discern what the game actually is, like whatsoever, but it's also helpful in other ways. So it's weird, like Ghost Lion isn't at all what you'd expect until you see what it is, and then it's everything you'd expect. But then on occasion, it does go back to surprising you. So for example, this is an RPG in which you don't really level up. I mean, you can find special items that increase your health, but there's no XP, there's no stats. In fact, the only thing you get from battles is money. And like without a sense of progression, they can get really boring after a while. Which sucks because Ghost Lion's actually well done. The battle system is solid, the game plays well, it looks good. Really, the only chance you have to increase your health is to explore, and since you never level up or anything, that means you're also gonna lose health along the way. Like, a lot of it. So, I mean, the whole thing's like a big catch-22, you know? You have to fight a ton of enemies, but fighting enemies doesn't help you. You're super fucking hot, but you're also super fucking sick. You're not making this easy, Ghost Lion. Well, I tell you what, though, even with the repetitive enemies and rewardless battles and the women's clothing, it's kind of easy to like Ghost Lion. I mean, is it a generic RPG? Yes, it's as generic as it gets. But it's got a certain charm, too, that's just... I mean, it's hard to explain. Yeah, maybe it's the weird inconsistencies with the weird packaging and the weird horror twists. But I'm telling you, I had fun with Ghost Lion. I think Ghost Lion had fun with me. Phrasing. Thanks for introducing us, Mary, to the magical, sexual, terrifying world of Ghost Lion for the Nintendo Entertainment System.
I hear there can be only one, Derek. Derek? Saw your head off. Oh, Mario, I love you. Oh, Princess Peach, you're the girl for me.